click.
Oh,
yes, perfect. Okay. Okay, so as we're recording this right now, of course, and we are wanting to hopefully get it up on the website so that for all your new team members, when they are ready for their money management portion of their new consultant training, they can reference this and they can go back to it again and again. So I'm going to talk just about a couple of things that you may be like, I've got that, Joya, but there might be some other things that you go, oh, I don't really have that yet. So of course, we've already talked about the fact that it's a brand new star quarter. We're so excited about that. And really one of the things to always keep in mind, it doesn't really matter if you start as a star or not. However you start is great. Of course, there are many benefits to starting as a star, not just the free product that the company gives you up front to help you maximize and make more profit early on, but also the fact that the company gives you those free referrals. And I mean, y'all, that's enough reason for me every quarter to be a star, because I value the company sending people to me who already know they love and want Mary Kay or want to try or want to know more about the business. So that's a super great reason to be a star. Another just like bottom line reason though is that star consultants are making money. And most of us, not all of us, but most of us did start Mary Kay wanting to actually make some money. Definitely save some on our own products and our gift giving. But most of us really did start to make money. And, you know, we want to be savvy business women and we want to have our customer base grow and, of course, our income grow and our team members grow. So it's important that we make sure that we're starting off on the right foot. Or maybe if we've already started off, like, let's get on the right foot together now. So a couple of quick things. Most of you have already listened to the recorded call of, step one. Step one was the opportunity call. And then step two, the second choice there is all about first steps as a brand new consultant and your inventory choices that I go over. And so anytime you have your new consultants listen to that, it's so great to have your director and you on a three-way call to kind of get her feedback and her opinion. And you'll hear me talk on there about profit level. And that can change depending on what your goal is. But the company considers profit level 3,600 up to 4,800 or above, depending on the amount of customers that you're going to have and that you're looking to build. And like I said, the best part about starting that way is, number one, you have multiples of everything. But number two, you also get a tremendous amount of free product that you can then make 100% profit on versus 50%. So let's say that someone is not looking to have 40 or 50 customers, even, that she really wants to start a Mary Kay business, sell to family, friends, maybe a few coworkers, and maybe do one appointment or party a month. Well, her starting with really the 1824, the 3,000, that's probably going to be enough for her to start with. Now, as our customer bases grow, we want to make sure that we are growing our inventory levels so that we can service not just our new customers we're meeting at new appointments or referrals, from our current customers, but indeed also our existing customers, because we're so grateful that they have shared us, right, with their friends. So if you don't know what a great number for you would be about profit level, then definitely talk to myself or Jenny about that, or your sales director if you're one of our angels, so that you have a clear goal. It's so important that we have clarity about what exactly it is that we're going for. The other thing about being on profit level is that it really helps you develop the kind of reputation that you want to have. Like, you don't want people to really say, well, I have a Mary Kay girl, and you can place an order with her, and then in a week or two she'll have your stuff. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I am much more instant gratification than that. So if I need mascara for work tomorrow or a gift to give because I forgot about the party at school for that person's birthday, like, I need it today. And so that's the kind of reputation that you want to develop, is I am the Mary Kay girl. Like, I am your girl. I have got this stuff. I will deliver it to your home, office, porch, wherever you need it. I will have it there for you because I stock inventory. It also really helps you have that credibility that you're dependable, because the beauty of Mary Kay is we can all try it, and if it's for us, awesome, and if it's not, that's awesome too. However, a lot of our customers or potential customers may have known several, even maybe many Mary Kay girls that just didn't stick with it for whatever reason. So in their mind, it can be difficult for them to find someone who's actually going to stay, actually going to be somebody they can count on. So when they see that you have inventory to deliver on hand at the party, or if they found you on the website to deliver that evening or the very next day, then that really shows them that you're dependable, that you are ready to actually be their Mary Kay girl. You are taking them seriously as a customer and really treating them like the queen that they are, for sure. Customers, business goes where business is appreciated. And one of the ways we show appreciation is by the promptness of having the product and delivering it right away and making it beautiful. Okay. The other thing that being on profit level can really help you do is create the image, the vision for your customers of you having a lucrative gift-giving business. So whether that's for individuals or corporations, you having the product on hand where you can make up some examples and post, on social media, on your Facebook business page, where you can do a professional email to send out to your customers, even make up a professional letter on letterhead and mail that out, or drop it off at your dentist, your doctor, at the school with the principal. Who knows what he's going to do for his staff before school lets out. Having inventory on hand where you can create those packages where you can have an example of a few things they can pick from, that really does help build that reputation as well. When we treat it like a business, it pays us like a business. So I bet some of you are like me and you have some hobbies. Traditionally for me, hobbies have never made me money. I have spent money to start the hobby, but I have not necessarily stayed with it unless I just really enjoyed it. But even then, it didn't necessarily make me money. It was just something enjoyable that I actually spent money on. And so with your Mary Kay, I want to just challenge you to really look at it as a business and treat it that way. With your weekly plan sheet, I was just working on my calendar about an hour ago for the week, looking at, okay, what have I already done? What I already have scheduled? It's Clara's spring break, so fitting in some great family time. We have our star event. I'm speaking at another one, getting ready for career conference. So where are my share appointments going to be besides the one I had at lunch? Where are my selling appointments going to be? So really looking at the time management tools that you have and treating your business seriously that way, so that you are focused and on task and can absolutely be able to stay on task and focused with creating a business income. So that's what we're moving into. The weekly accomplishment sheet, of course, is another surefire way to keep you on track, because that provides the accountability, honestly, that we need to see. Are we growing? Is our business growing? Did we invest enough in our business? Did we invest at all in our business this week? So I'm going to give you an example in just a second that you'll be able to see, and then show you how that translates into the weekly accomplishment sheet. The best idea I can give you right now is go to your calendar on your phone and set a reminder for Sunday night at 5, Sunday night at 9 p.m. That reminder will go off, and that is when you finish filling out your weekly accomplishment sheet, if you haven't been doing it all along, and then press send and send it to your sales director, and go ahead and print one out for yourself to put it in your file. So let's talk about files for a second with receipts, because we own our own businesses, so we do want to take advantage of everything we possibly can take advantage of that the government allows us to. If you have not already made up your accordion file, if you go on joymonday.com to where I have links, there's a link to Jeff the Taxman, to his page, and he has his worksheets on his page. I just took the bold sections of his worksheets, and that's what I made each section of the accordion file to be for all my receipts. So that'd probably be the easiest. You may find something else out there, but if you just want fast and easy, definitely you can do that. And so, of course, one of those was my weekly accomplishment sheet. So as soon as you do press send and it comes off the printer, then you can file that right into your accordion file. And of course, the digital copy comes to your director, myself, or your director if you are one of our angels. And that is what your tax guy is going to want. He does not want you to bring him like boxes filled with sales tickets. He just wants to see if you've been in business for a year, the 12 the 52 weeks of accomplishment sheets, the 12 months. Okay, so before we start here on our little money management system, I want to just tell you guys, give you a little heads up on saving. So one of the great tools, I think, is to be able to plan ahead for the way that we save and prepare, again, treating our business like a business. So this may sound so silly to y'all, but I've always used envelopes, like literally like the white envelopes that you just mail whatever in. And so I recommend 4 envelopes for you, one for the 4 events of the year. So we have, we just had New Year's kickoff in January. That's like $25. And I always would put the amount near my, like it should say, NYKO, $25. The next envelope, career conference, right? We're just all fixing to go to that, $90. And of course, if you attended career conference, if you've registered and attended, then you know your seminar is going to be $30 off. We love it when the company rewards us that way. And those of you that were stars, that same thing, $30 off your seminar attendance. So that seminar envelope would be envelope number 3. $225 would be the regular price, $195 for career conference and star attendees. And then our retreat is usually between $80 and $90. So for me, and I'll show you when we come back to our little business tracking register, but for me, on some of that business income, that's going to be the last column I'm about to show you about, that is where I would take $5 or $10 from that income, from my profit, and I would tuck some back into each of those envelopes so that when the time came for registration, I already had the money in the envelope. Isn't that so great? And especially for career conference and seminar, I put extra back for the hotel, because usually we would stay, 3 or 4 to a room, so it might just be $50 for the hotel, $40. But I wanted to already have that saved in my envelope long before it was time for the event. I never wanted to feel stressed or anxious because I hadn't already put that money back. So that's just me. That might not motivate you, but I wanted to feel prepared and like I had saved for it. I'd earned it. It was going to be a prize for me to get to go and learn from the best of the best who were making the most, growing their businesses the best, and come home and implement that for myself. So that's great. Great idea for the envelope system. Also, if you need help with your mileage, that is so critical that you track your mileage. And so I'm going to show you now, this is on my Android phone, on my note, but do you see this little right here? Oops, sorry, right there. It looks like a little road right there. There it is, black and green and white, the little road. And it is called TMM, Track My Mileage. Now on the iPhone, there's another one, and I think it's an orange one. But actually, I just got the free app. And so like today when I left to go have my interview at lunch, and then I had a delivery after that, I put my mileage in before I left the house. And then when I returned from those 2 appointments, I put my ending mileage in, and I typed into the notes, interview Janet and where I had made my delivery, so that it's all there. So at the end of the year, I can just print out from the app. So that's even easier. So if you haven't done that already, do it. Remember how we talked about setting a reminder on your phone for turning in your weekly accomplishment sheets, making sure those get done on Sunday nights? For me, this was my rule, and this was back when I used to have to write in the mileage, in my little book each year. My rule was I could not put the car in reverse or drive until I had written my mileage in the book, or in this case, tapped it in to my app. So you know how you can get in a hurry and think, I'll just do it later. And then it's like 5 days later and you don't have anything that you have documented about all the different places that you've gone. And that mileage can make a big difference in what you receive back from your tax advantages. So make sure that you focus on that. Okay, this is kind of the final part of our make money, make more, keep more. Do you see how you kind of have to have a plan to make more. And then as you start making it, now we need to know what to do with it. Because if we have $1,000 a week, we do not get to go shopping and spend $1,000. That is not the way this works. So on JuliaMundy.com, if you go to the left of my picture there, there's a section called New Consultants. And under New Consultants, there's something called the Business Tracking Register. This is what it looks like. Okay? So when you print it out, it looks like this. And the way I was taught by Rena and Mary Kay was to print this out and actually fold it up into my checkbook cover, where I would write checks for, rent or raffle or whatever out of my Mary Kay account, because you want to have a separate, doesn't have to be a business account, just your separate Mary Kay account. And so the reason that this business tracking register is so important is because it will keep you from making the mistake that you might think you have $1,000 to spend because there's $1,000 in your Mary Kay account, but indeed, a savvy businesswoman would have worked out the details so she knows exactly what she really has to profit. So I've gotten us started. I just kind of blew this page up a little so it'll be easy for y'all to see. And we're just pretending like this is my very first week of business. Okay, so I don't have any other tracking registers. This is my first one I'm filling out. And I have had my first party. Y'all see that? I had my first party, and it was today on the 16th, and I sold $200. $200, and the tax on that, do you see that next category? $16.50 was the tax. So we are not even going to do anything with that tax. Tax is like a revolving door. We've paid up front to the company. It's coming back to us. Then when we need to restock our shelf, it's going back out. So we are not even going to pretend like that $16.50 is ours. It's just in its own little column there. Next to that, you see our inventory is 50%. So 50% is what we're putting back to restock our shelves, right? We never really want to be out of inventory. That would not be a good business decision. Dillard's, Albertsons, nobody wants to be out of inventory because then who would come shop at their store? So that is half of what we sold. So that's what we're putting back for when we need to reorder. And then you see the next two columns are both just 5%. One for sales aids, one for preferred customer. So sales aids would be like a section 2, like I need some samples, or I want to give some little minis as a free gift. Or maybe you need some washcloths, the throwaway washcloths for your party, or some extra of the acrylic trays, to squirt all your cleanser and all that jazz in. So that would be sales aids. And then the preferred customer program, of course, as you know, Mary Kay, the company, sends out our catalog for us 4 times a year. Actually, starting the new seminar year, it's going to be 5 times for the year, and it costs us approximately 70 cents per customer. They send it out, they address it, they do all the postage, and there's samples inside. We could not even buy the books for 70 cents a piece and do all that postage, etc., much less the sample. So we want to have money put back for when it's time, those 4 times a year right now, 5 next year, to invest in our preferred customer program, because it's advertising for you for free. As a matter of fact, do you know that 98% of the women who earn free diamond rings from Mary Kay, 98% of them participate in the preferred customer program. So that's a big deal. We want to do that. And so then what we have left in that last column, you see that, is our $80. Do you see what it says? Business income, 40%. So even though we actually have a 50-50 split on our profit, as savvy business women, we want to make sure that we have kept back some for when we need more samples, some for our preferred customer, and then, of course, the rest is our business income. So let's finish out our week, and then I'll talk just for a second about what you might do with that income. So let's see. On party number 2, actually, I was so excited about party number 2, which is tomorrow, but actually, it's going to turn into just a facial. But it's okay. I did a great job coaching, and I'm going to have all those extra referrals from the girls that couldn't come. And I sold $100 to my friend at the facial. And so, of course, half of $100, 50% is $50. And then for the 5% columns for the sales aid and for the preferred customers, that's just $5 in each column. And then 40% of 100, that's going to be $40. Okay, so see, in my little week, we haven't totaled anything yet, but I'm just entering as I go what my little deposits are into my Mary Kay account as I'm dropping off all the checks in the bank or putting them in ProPay and moving them over, etc. Okay? Well, then I have another party on Saturday, and it does end up being a party, and I sell $300 at that party. So we are so excited because we love $300 parties and bigger. And the tax on that's going to be $24.75. Again, going in her own little column there because we are not going to really do anything with that tax. Just going to leave it there when we need to spend it for when we need to spend it. Half of 300 is 150. And then for the sales aids and the preferred customer program, $15 each. And then, of course, 40% in our business income, 40% is going to be $120. So do y'all see how we are for the week? We've got all this filled out. And now we're ready to kind of look at some totals. Because if we were not thinking straight, we might think that we have $600 plus all the tax columns. We might think we have all of that to spend, right? And we do not, because that's not our business income. So what we're going to do now is we're going to total our columns, okay? So in our sales column without the sales tax, we just discovered that we've had a $600 week on those 3 appointments. And that we have $300 in our 50% category. Do y'all see that? I'm trying to make sure with the glare that you can see. So we have $300 to go towards our wholesale order. Y'all, that is so exciting to restock our shelf. Then we have $30 in both our sales aids and our preferred customer already put back. And then our profit for the week is $240. Okay, so do you see these are our totals for the week? So let's say you don't need any samples or any supplies right now from section 2, but you kind of want to run to the dollar store and make up a Mother's Day cute little gift and a Father's Day cute little gift that you can just have to show and tell. Maybe even an end of the school teacher gift, nurse's gift. So you could take that column, sales aids, our little $30, and you could run to the dollar store to get you whatever filler, candy, shred, cute coffee mug, whatever it is that you're going to make. But you don't spend more than $30 because $30 all you have in that column. And as my first week of business, now if you were in business last week too, you will have more than that in your column. So for me, I always wanted to spend as little as possible on the sales aids because I was really working to build my inventory. So really, I liked to move things back over into the 50% inventory column because I wanted to have extra to be able to invest in myself for the inventory and having a full store. Okay, so what this tells us is, let's pretend for a moment that I am on profit level. So I have $240 that I'm able to take from my business income for the week, and I can decide what I'm going to do with that. So I could go shopping. It's my money. It's my profit. I could take $40 and maybe go get a pedicure. And if I have not paid off my initial investment for my inventory, I might take the other $200 of my profit and go ahead and send that to my bank, my credit card, my dad who loaned me the money, whoever. If you're on profit level, you can decide what you're going to do with all that $240. But if you're not yet, you want to make sure that you reward yourself with something small. So again, like we could take $40 of the $240 and get a pedicure that week, but put the other $200 back into your 50% column to build your inventory more quickly, especially if you weren't able to start out as a star in the first place. Now, how does this translate into a weekly accomplishment sheet? So in case you don't know, this is what a weekly accomplishment sheet looks like. Now, of course, all of you can do it online. This is just the printable version so that you can see what it looks like. And I do print mine out so that that's what the tax guy gets, 52 of these. And it does have a second page where you can, I love this because you can talk about who you interviewed and what your goal is for the new week, and even some things you need some extra coaching or help on from your sales director. When you submit it through Mary Kay in Touch, both comes to your sales director. But look here. We have our party 1, our little facial, then our party 2. We didn't have any reorders this week because I'm brand new in business. And so I have just filled all of this out where you can see how it all goes together. Even my hostess gifts, I spent $50 in retail. That's $25 of my own from my product that I will want to restock my shelf. But that was for my hostess gifts from my full-size product closet. And then you see even just my total here, my $600 week. And then the little key that you can fill out, like I got an interview booked. I booked 3 more appointments from that one, and it kind of breaks down the same way with our profit, etc., as did our business tracking register. So when that little alarm goes off on your phone on Sunday night, this is what you're going to In Touch. You're going to your second column, which says business tools, and at the very bottom it says weekly accomplishment sheets, and you're going to click on that. You can fill it out online and then print it out, put it in your accordion file, and then of course also send it off. It says submit to your director, and Angels, you would send it to your director and everybody else to my office. So this way we know we have a handle on our money. Now that final column, that $240 profit for the week, that's also where I would probably take at least $20 out for my 4 envelopes of New Year's kickoff, career conference, seminar, and retreat. And I would put at least $5 in each envelope to get me started saving towards those events. So that's just me. That might be like, you're like weird, but that's like a Dave Ramsey thing. And Chip and I learned that in early marriage. We have just always done the envelope system, because if there's money in the envelope, you know, you can go do that. If there's no money in the envelope, we cannot go, or we got to sell more, right? And so we want to create a stress-free, very lucrative financial business for you. So planning ahead is a big part of that. Okay, I haven't seen any of you put any questions up yet. So let me just also, I wanted to kind of end with this, and I'm going to take it out of this page protector so that you can not have a glare. This actually came in your newsletter a few weeks ago, and it was so good. I just went ahead and pulled it. As you can see, I just pulled it out of the staple. Right here, you see that? And I put it in a page protector to keep with me with all my money management teaching, because it's also really helpful to have when you're talking with a prospect about whether she wants to build a consultant business or a business with a team. So it really talks about the difference between being a consultant and the money you earn, and being a sales director and the money that you earn. And in this example, which I'll be happy to take a picture of it and post it on our Facebook page, but it talks about when you have 5 new team members in a month. Now, some of you watching this may think, I would love to have 5 team members ever in my whole life. No problem. That's exactly how I thought when I was a brand new consultant also. But just for the sake of this example, especially for those of you guys who have gone through my free car driving class, like at New Year's kickoff and before, when you have one new consultant do a 2,000 order and another one do an 18, so those are 2 new stars, right? Sapphire stars. One does a qualified order of a 6, and then one does a 4, one does a 225. Well, that is $5,000 in team production. You are on target. You have just finished your first month of completing your qualifications to drive a free car. And you're going to receive a $150 team building bonus on top of all of that. And your 13% from that team production of $5,000 is going to be $650, and that's so great, 13% on top of the 50% you're already making from your sales. So your commission check from the company that month is $800. That is not shabby. We will happily walk to the mailbox once a month for an $800 check, right? Well, what if you did the same exact thing as a sales director? Let's see if I can help. She did the same thing. She's qualified as a sales director, so she has 24 people on her team now, versus having 5 or 10. And so as a sales director, she does the same thing. She brings in 5 consultant orders, and she gets a bonus on each one of those. But then she gets 2 additional bonuses that consultants don't get just because she's a sales director. Her 13% is exactly the same as the consultant, so $650. But because of those extra bonuses, her commission check is $2,478 versus $800. Now, why would I point that out to you guys? Well, some of you may have no idea if you ever even want to lead anybody. Others of you may have such a financial need. Sorry, my chair is turning. May have such a financial need that it doesn't really matter what you need to do. You just need to know what to do because that's the kind of money you need. And there are women that you're going to talk to even this month with our starter kit special that need some significant income, that $800 would change everything in their world. $2,400 would like over the moon just skyrocket them to whole new levels of belief and getting out of debt and having a cushion, having some bigger margins in their life. So sheets like this are really great when you're sharing about the opportunity with our new app to really point out that this money is great. And all of that's in addition to 50% of what we sell. But there's also this level as well. And you know, in between, which is not on this particular chart, is the free car driving position, which allows you not only all the bonuses, but the benefit of either taking the car or the cash per month, whichever you choose. Another very financially lucrative position. So those are kind of the span, if you will. We could be a consultant having 2 parties and a facial for the week and have a $600 week and have $240 totally ready, free and clear from profit level to be ready to spend on whatever we need. Or we could be a consultant who adds a few people to her team. And in addition to that money each week that we've earned, we'll have that $800 commission check, or you could even promote yourself up to sales director for some more significant income from there. So what is the key, of course, is bookings. Booking is filling up your date book. And you know, I was thinking about this earlier this morning in my quiet time before I even did my director call or anything, that, you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I equate that in Mary Kay to the times that we're willing to ask. So sometimes we may think, oh, I just don't know. Can I have the courage to invite somebody to be a hostess and earn free product? Can I invite somebody to come with me to my girls' night out and get, you know, a complimentary facial? And sometimes there can be some fear involved in that. And as long as you're not asking, you have a 100% chance of not receiving. But if you can just have the courage to ask, to invite, I always look at it as everybody loves to be invited to the party. No one ever wants to find out after the fact that there was a party and that they were not invited. So who do you know that you would just love to have some more time with? You would love to get to know them better. So often a complimentary facial, a quick on the go at Starbucks, just showing her what she wants, or even inviting her to be a hostess, that is the beginning of a connection, the beginning of a relationship. And filling up your date book and coaching those appointments is what will lead you to weekly accomplishment sheets and business tracking registers that are filled to the brim. And of course, a checkbook that is absolutely filled for whatever you want to use it for. And, you know, maybe you are not a person motivated by money. Not a problem. Money does not make people happy, but it certainly does buy them choices. So maybe it's just that you want to give more. It's not that you personally need more. You would just love to be able to give to those who do need more. And so that's part of your reason. Whatever it is, you know, one thing I know for sure is that God owns it all. And he has the ability to give it to those that he entrusts it to. And all we want to be as savvy business women is women who are trustworthy, who are faithful, who manage our money wisely, because it's not really ours, it's his. And we are the ones that get to be the stewards of it. And the scripture is clear that, that those who manage well will be given more to manage. And that is my prayer for you, is that you have so much more than enough, that you live in the overflow and have more than enough just for you, for your savings, for those you love, and those to give to those as well that you want to invest in. So I don't see that we have any questions yet on our Google Hangout, so we are going to just say that we are done. And I know this went a little bit longer than 30 minutes, so I appreciate y'all staying with me. And again, as you have new team members, once they've held their first few parties, this is a great video to have them watch so that they're clear on what they, how they want to manage their business and really keep a close eye on their money, because it does not just magically reproduce itself and grow unless we make sure we know where it is, where it's come in, where we've placed it, how we've cared for it, and then where we have invested it again. So I hope this will be a blessing to you guys as you make more, save more, definitely want to spend more in some areas, give more, and be a blessing to so many. Hope you guys have a great night.